Hi.
Hi everyone.
So we just saw Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which is a documentary about an 85-year-old man who has been making sushi for 75 years and runs his own restaurant, which has won 3 Michelin stars. And there's only 9 or 12 seats in the restaurant, I think.
Yeah, 9 I think.
Yeah, and it's in this kind of basement of a building. And
the loo is outside.
Yeah, it's kind of phenomenal what he's done.
And it's all happening in Tokyo, Japan. Since we are both vegetarian, there is a bit of this documentary that is not so pleasant to see, actually.
Yeah, but yeah, if we try and put that aside to talk about the actual documentary, although B1 there is a lot of alive and dead fish in it, I think a lot of it was about the pressure of Japanese culture and what we know of it as Westerners, I guess. It's not a lot, but it seemed to fit with that. You know, they work very hard and it takes 10 years to train under Jiro to become a sushi chef, and you're never good enough. It's about following in your father's footsteps and things. It was very interesting insight into that world, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of like repetition on so many levels in their lives. It also becomes sort of like a form of meditation actually for them. At least it feels like that to me.
I think this thing that really captured me was this insane detail, you know? The way they make the sushi with their fingers and stuff, and it's done exactly the same by each person, and this kind of impeccable detail that most people would not bother with. We wouldn't be able to deal with that, and he's been doing it for decades, and so is everybody who's followed in his footsteps.
And he's been doing it for 75 years, and like from early in the morning till late in the evening. After when he came home on Sunday, for example, his kids would not really recognize him or as their father or something, just this weird man who's sleeping in the bed.
Yeah.
So it also asks quite a lot of you. On so many levels.
I think what it captured a lot for me was just the passion of an ordinary man. He came from an ordinary family and managed to get 3 Michelin stars for his restaurant, which is still an ordinary restaurant. He never went out and bought some massive place so he could feed hundreds of people sushi. He did what he did, and he did it amazingly, but he did it the way he wanted to do it and the way it always was, I guess. It was a different film from what we usually watch, but what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it 4.5 slices of cheese, simply because there was a lot of repetition, which I understand because it's part of this whole meditation thing, but yeah, it just kept repeating itself a lot. I got the message after I think half of the film.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it 4 slices of cheese. I think I feel quite the same. It was maybe a little overlong and repeated a few things, but in the end it was still a very inspiring story, and to see something from another world that we don't usually see, and this amazing story of one man, and also the people that followed him, because by the end of the documentary we got to the point that we saw that they were doing most of the work, and he had created a sort of legacy and some kind of business and all of this for them to work. And they were the ones making it now. He was presenting it still, but they were doing it, and they even started actually doing the whole thing by the end.
Yeah.
Slowly taking over the business, I guess. But so I think that seeing that sort of insight, that was really interesting for me. So I'm gonna give it 4 slices of cheese out of 5.
Well, thank you for watching again.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.